They say that there's two types of people in this world, those who separate people into two types and those who don't. I think I fall in the latter, but maybe not. Well, hello brothers and sisters, welcome to Mission Zero. If this is your first time here, my name is Shawn, and this is Battle Cry, the show where we give you a motivational theme that will carry you through a more positive week. We've been talking for the last couple weeks about community and prioritization and kind of setting the tone for the year. This week, I think we need to talk about kind of an interesting intersection of those two topics. And we're gonna start that off by talking about three outlooks about social interactions and kind of the 6 ways that you can react to those outlooks. The first social outlook that we're going to talk about today is superiority, and the kind of 2 ways that superiority can spin off. The first is in thinking that you are better than other people, thinking that you are awesome. Now, it is great to have self-confidence, but the problem with thinking I'm super awesome is it bleeds to narcissism. You become in love with yourself and you isolate yourself from the rest of the world because they just can't match your level of coolness. And that is just incredibly wrong. The second way that superiority can manifest itself is in viewing everybody else as crap, right? This says that I'm the baseline of what's kind of normal. I'm not that great, but everybody else sucks. The problem there is that breeds megalomania. That breeds the this world is a mess and I just need to rule it complex. These are the 2 kind of splits off of superiority, thinking that you are better or that others are worse. And that's just never true. The second social outlook that we're going to talk about today is inferiority. And this again comes in 2 flavors. There's thinking that you are the baseline and everyone else is better than you. The problem with that is that it leads to hero worship. It leads to thinking that other people are doing something that's unattainable to you, and that washes out into all kinds of things like laziness or giving up or lack of caring about your life because everyone else is just so much better. The flip side of that is thinking that everyone else is the baseline and you suck. And the problem with that should be obvious, but it leads to self-hatred. It leads to self-flagellation. It makes you beat yourself constantly. It's the cause of most suicide. It's the cause of most breakdowns and anxiety, is believing not that other people are better than you, but that you are just awful. And here again, this entire outlook is flawed. There's no worse than, there's no better than. So let's talk about the last one. The third social outlook is neutrality. It's equality. It's understanding that we're all on an even playing field. There's 2 ways that that can manifest itself. One of them is that we all suck, right? The baseline is that everyone's terrible. Now, this is marginally better than thinking that you are terrible and everyone else is okay, but it leads to just abject thoughtlessness. It leads to coldness. It leads you to just act as though life is meaningless and that no one else matters and that you don't matter. And that's just wrong. That leaves only the second interpretation of equality, which is that we are all awesome. That we are all great. There's nobody better, there's nobody worse, and nobody sucks. We're all exactly who God made us to be. And this is the only path that truly leads to loving yourself and loving other people, is understanding that we are all on an equal playing field. Life is a spectrum. I don't mean to say that these are the only three ways you can view people, but they're kind of the only three ways you can view people. You just inherently either think that somebody is better or that you are better, or that somebody is worse or that you are worse, or you view us all as the same. And there's only really one healthy outlook towards other people, and it's that outlook that we are all equal. Where the Bible says that God is no respecter of persons, that's exactly what it means. That there's not better or worse. There's behaviors that are better or worse, but we inherently are valuable. In the words of Dan Mace, we are all awesome, brew. And that is my exhortation. Find the awesome. If you look around your relationships and you start to see that you feel like that person is worse or better, or that both of you are awful, shift it. Remind yourself that you are both valuable, that you are both loved, and that you are both amazing. Because the relationships that are born of that understanding are so edifying. They're so connected. They're so joyous. And so seek those. Take this message, however you can take it, however it digests for you, and use it to become even you-ier. And may God pour out the knowledge and the understanding and the belief that we are all awesome. And I love you. Oh, how I love you. And you are so amazing and precious and valuable to me. Peace out.